So, in regards to, the condition you find yourself in now, what advice might you have for someone who's new to it?
Oh, the same thing I tell everyone. Stop worrying about walking again. Stop focusing on what you lost. Focus on what's available to you and just finding what makes you happy and being the healthiest version of you possible. Health and happiness. That is all you need to focus on when you're first injured, and figure out your independence. Like, whatever is going to help you be able to live the most independent life possible. Do things. Put yourself out there. Don't be afraid. You're going to fall. It happens. We always fall, but you can always get back up. And at first you'll need help, but eventually you'll get back up on your own. And that will be the most rewarding day of your life. So continue just to fight. You've just got to continue to fight and focus on being healthy and happy.
At one point, you made a very powerful statement to me. You said that you will walk again one day. And you still believe that. I wouldn't think you would change your mind now.
Yeah, and I mean, I might not walk like normal, but I'll be able to walk a short distance. I'll be able to stand and pull my pants up, and I'm well on my way. I mean, this year alone, I've regained more sensation in my lower extremities than I have in the last 6. So it's a big. Our mind is a very powerful tool.
What do you attest the sensations coming back to? Was it your physical exertion? You're working out?
I think it's a combination of my nutrition, my physical exercises, my mental exercises, and giving my life and my purpose to others and doing work that's for a higher power than myself. I truly believe that everything I do, there's a purpose behind it, a bigger purpose, and it serves as a small piece to the larger puzzle of life. And as I do each thing, it comes, and it's going to happen when it's supposed to happen. And really, I'm telling you, the biggest thing to let go of stress is just realize that things, as long as you continue to show up every day and you continue to put in the work, things will happen on the timeline they are supposed to happen. It may not be your timeline, but it will be the timeline. But again, people think that they can not put in work and then it's and try and live that way, and that's not the way it works.
You still have to the timeline.
Right. You have to put the effort in every day to be the best version of yourself, physically, mentally, for others, for yourself, for your God, your faith, whatever it is. Be the best version of you every single day and put that effort in to continue to grow and develop, and it's going to accumulate and it will happen.
Now, have doctors approached you in the recent years with procedures that might help you walk faster? Mm-hmm. Nothing like that? You haven't had anyone say, hey, we have this thing?
I mean, there's support groups, and people always talk about Elon Musk's whole Neuralink.
Well, that's far out.
Right. Honestly, I wouldn't do it.
Are there people, it's kind of like the other stuff we're dealing with right now. I'm super skeptical of Neuralink.
No, I wouldn't. Even if there was, say someone said stem cells, and these stem cells work, there's like it's not my time. And I know my body is capable of a lot more than my mind is capable of grasping.
What if, and I'm just going out on a limb, forgive me, but what if stem cells are to us that psilocybin are to the boomers, and our fears of stem cells, which are valid, right?
I'm not even fearful of it.
It's not fear, but it's like, I don't know enough about it. I'm just not going to do it. But then, if we, what if you came to your 59th birthday and someone put stem cells in your lower back, and then all of a sudden you just stood right up after 3 months of therapy? What? I mean, it's just crazy to think, because I've heard so much about stem cells helping just completely regenerate knees, regenerate ankles. The technology's come a long way, but you can't even really get good services here in the States as much as you can in other countries. And so I don't know what the science is on that.
The thing is, the human body is capable of so much more than science has even tapped into. Mm-hmm. And I believe in the power of the human body. I believe in the capabilities of the human body.
Is it mind over matter type of stuff?
And not so much mind over matter, but it's because you can't just function solely on mind over matter. Yeah. But it also matters, you have these people, for example, me, first year of being injured, all I did was focus on walking. I went to therapy 3 times a week. I was constantly I have to walk, have to walk, have to walk.
Were you in pain too because of that?
It was more emotional pain.
Well, that's what I mean, like the frustration of it.
Right, the frustration of getting your hopes up and nothing ever happening. But also, at the same time, my mental diet was trash. My physical diet was trash. I had no other activity outside of that therapy. So, how much of a chance did I really give myself? Because I wasn't truly putting 100% effort in to making this goal become a reality. And so can we really say that the body's not capable of doing it when people are only focusing on that one physical thing of doing physical therapy, but they're not addressing the other aspects of your mind, healing your mind? You have to heal your mind from a trauma like this. Mm-hmm. It is
how far have you come? Do you think you're there all the way? You still have more to heal?
There's always room for improvement. There definitely is room for improvement. I think I'm in a weird place now where I need to relearn how to have empathy. I really struggle to have empathy for other struggles.
Considering you know.
And it's considering all of I've overcome and that I just continue to show up regardless of what happens.
So like if I'm complaining about my plantar fasciitis, you're like, fuck you.
I'm like, stop being a baby, get the hell over and just keep grinding. Like, because even when I don't want to, I'm at a place where now I still make the choice and do it.
When my wife was in labor, I was complaining because my feet hurt. And she turned to me with like her legs spread, and she's like in there, and she's like, fuck you, man. And I was like, okay, I shouldn't have worn my church shoes. I should have worn my tennis shoes. My bad, I shouldn't have said a thing.
Yeah.
You know?
She's like pushing your child out of her vagina, and you're like, my feet. Yeah, see, that's where I have no empathy.
Yeah, she was not having it, man. And I felt bad for even saying anything. But when you're in your own head, you're going through your own thing next to a pregnant woman in labor, and you're not thinking clearly. Next time I'm gonna go in there wearing like my Lions Not Sheep like windbreaker, a pair of tennis shoes and some shorts. I'm just gonna be super comfy, and I'm not gonna worry about what I'm wearing. But my first daughter was coming, I was like, I'm gonna dress
nice.
up.
Oh my god! For her arrival, like she's gonna remember what you were wearing.
But yeah, I was like wearing a nice sweater, and I had on my slacks and my shoes, and I was trying to be respectful of the moment, and it just no one cared, So yeah, it's
because a new life is coming into the world. We focus so much on our exterior that we forget about the interior.
Yeah.
And that's with anything in life, really. And the spinal cord injury really taught me that, because I went from being a completely able-bodied 22-year-old female to being sitting all the time. Now, when you sit, you constantly have a belly, and I look down, and that's all I see, even though the mirror may not reflect that. I look down more than I look straight ahead at my reflection. And so there's this point where you have to address mentally what has happened to you, and you have to let go of that. That's why letting go of judgment is so important, because you're so concerned about what everyone else sees. You're so concerned about hiding your catheter supplies, and don't let people see your pull up, and you don't want people to know that you pee yourself. And it's like, if you can't control it, don't let it control you. Stop letting it control your emotions, and stop letting what other people think about you control that. They're not living with your day-to-day. They don't know your daily struggle.
Yeah.
And if they don't want to learn that, that's on them. If they want to stay ignorant to it, that's on them. But you cannot allow someone else's ignorance of your situation to determine the way that you live your life.